Hey everybody, it's Dr. Deb here with PTSD and Beyond with our final episode of 2023. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about, yes, it's the final day of 2023, December 31st, 2023. And the question is, did you accomplish all that you set out to on December 31st, 2022? That's a good question, isn't it? I asked myself that question today. I mean, can you even remember the day? Any of the details at all? Any of the feelings? What about the hopes and dreams that we had on that day? Same day last year. And the wishes, the things that we hoped for 2023. Do we remember? Most of us can't. I can't remember all the specific details. So I have an idea. Gee, what a concept, right? Just got an idea. So the difference with me with my ideas is I actually do something with them. So people can have ideas and then they just, collect ideas. And if you're new here to PTSD and Beyond, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Welcome back. Kind of like that song, Welcome Back. I'm dating myself. We're going to start a new tradition. I say we. I'm hoping others will join in the festivities. So let's start a new tradition. And this is what the new tradition. I don't have a name for it. I don't have a label for it. I don't know what it's called other than let's start a new tradition. How about we call it that? Let's start a new tradition. And today, how about if we reflect and recall as best as we can, okay, as best as we can. No added pressure, by the way. No added pressure, okay, of 2023. So if we had to do like a recap in a movie, what would 2023 look like? Starting with December 31st, 2022, hopes, dreams, wishes, aspirations, goals, things that we wanted to accomplish. And that could look like anything. Maybe it meant somebody's like, hey, you know what? I want to learn how to, swap out a faucet. Or maybe somebody else is like, yeah, you know what? I want to learn a new skill for my career. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. So the best that we can, let's start with big moments. Because the big stuff we can typically remember most. We can remember the big stuff. And write it down. Don't think too much about it. Just get some paper. Or even go to your keyboard. Bring up a Word doc. Or a Google Doc, and just type it out. Type it out. Think of the biggest moments of 2023. What were those big moments? And then after you write down your big moments, take a look through your calendar. So don't start off looking through your calendar. Start off doing this new idea of trying to recall things throughout the entire year, and first note the big moments, because those, again, like I said, are the ones that we'll be able to remember the most. And then look back at the year, whether that's on a phone calendar or a paper calendar or Outlook or whatever the calendar is, and just skim through it and then identify the other moments that are memorable for 2023. Go through each month, each day, each week. Just skim through it and see what you find, and write it down. Write it down. See if there's any other moments that you want to write down. And the other thing is, focus on the growth areas. Focus on the growth areas. This isn't a laundry list of going through 2023 and writing down all of the things that brought challenges. If it's a challenge and there was an outcome that was a growth, like I can share one. I'll give you an example. I had to make a decision and I wasn't sure if I was making the right decision. And I know people have heard the phrase, you do the best that you can given the information that you can. This particular decision, I didn't know really if it was the right decision. What I did know is I had certain amount of information and I was going with my gut. But I wasn't sure if it was the right one. And then believe it or not, I kid you not, sometimes I think like there's some sort of messenger in the universe that if they want you to know something, somehow it just kind of comes to you, because I did have a day where somebody gave me some information that I literally was flabbergasted. And why I was flabbergasted is because that information then confirmed the decision that I made. It confirmed that I made the right decision, and it affirmed that I made the right decision. So look at 2023 and write down the growth areas, the decisions that we made, the things that we grew from, the things that we were supported on, in areas where we really shined. We showed our best self. Okay, those are the things I want you to focus on. And write them all down. Write them all down. And it can be anything. It can be when you went on vacation. It can be practicing self-care. It can be something that you volunteered with. Whatever those things are meaningful for yourself. And then the next step is look over the list. Look it over. Take a moment and pause. Look at that list and read it. Read it to yourself and read it slowly. And while you're reading it to yourself slowly, I want you to notice a few things. One is I want you to notice how you feel. How do you feel reading that list? Notice your emotions. What are those emotions? What are your thoughts? Notice your thoughts. And the one that's really deep is I want you to notice how your body feels reading that list. So when you're going through that list, notice how you feel. Notice what your thoughts are, what your emotions are, and notice how your body feels. What do you notice? If you had to label it, okay, like Dr. Dan Siegel says, right? Name it to tame it. In this situation, we're not taming anything. We're labeling to identify. We're labeling to have a deeper understanding and a deeper level of awareness. So if you had to label it, what label would you give your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, and how your body feels? And maybe it might be easy to start with a phrase, like a real simple sentence. And maybe something like, when you look over that list, you're thinking to yourself and you're feeling like, I didn't give up. I kept going. I did it. I made it. I gave to my community. Maybe I gave to my kids. I gave to myself. I gave to my spouse. I gave to myself. I did good this year. I'm proud of myself. And I'm going to continue doing this stuff again in 2024. Maybe some of those are phrases that resonate with people right now. But you write down your own list of your feelings, your emotions, and thoughts, and how your body feels reading that list. Now, I do want to mention, I did this exercise for myself today. I sure did. And one of the things that I thought of reading my list was, wow. Like, all right, you go, girl. Wow. And I'm laughing because I didn't really realize, like I said, the things of 2023 until I did this exercise, and I literally went back and looked at from January all the way through December. And I was like, you know what? We got some celebrating to do here. Now, to further be more concise with the labels, right? We've got phrases. We have phrases. I did good. I persevered. I kept going. I didn't quit. I didn't give up. Can we take those phrases and now further deepen the label to one word? To one word. So review the sentences and phrases and make those into one word. And maybe some of them will be like determination, perseverance, grit, go, all, being, soft, caring, determined, focus, want, drive, goals, resolve, heal, love, forever, safety, future, now, present, mindful, calm, kindness, proud, love. Write it down. Write it down. Now, after you have all the one words, the one word labels, right? The one word descriptors, look at that list and give gratitude. Take a pause and give gratitude to those lessons. The most difficult, the most fulfilling, and an appreciation for the people. The people, the situation, the places, and yourself. And yourself for being part of those moments of 2023. Acknowledge all that wasn't, all that isn't, and notice the peace. Notice the space. Notice the freedom. Notice the calm. Notice the presence. Notice the harmony. Notice it all. It's everything and nothing all at the same time. It's the absence of everything, and it's also the presence of all at the same time. And after you do that exercise, I want you to shift your mindset from gratitude and appreciation to possibility and opportunity. To possibility and opportunity. And write down your goals for 2024. Now, don't write like 50 of them. Okay, we need to be mindful in not shortchanging ourselves, but at the same time not stretching ourselves. Not stretching ourselves to the point of burnout. So write down a comfortable amount, whatever is comfortable for you. Okay, if 10's comfortable, then 10's comfortable. And write down all the goals you'd like to accomplish in 2024. And after you write down each of those goals, I want you to write 3 sub-actions. So for each goal, there's 3 actions that are going to support the achievement and the success of that goal. 3. I like odd numbers and I like short stuff because quick snippets seem to work well. So you're going to write down 3 action items for each goal. And you're going to write it down. Everything gets written down. And the next thing I want you to do is at the first of the month, do an inventory. Do an inventory and a stack of review those goals, reflect on those goals, contemplate on the goals, adjust the goals if necessary, adjust the action items if necessary. It's okay to pivot. It's all right to pivot. Pivot doesn't mean quitting. Pivot means being smart and adjusting to get to the goal. I'll give you an example. Cooking. All right? If I'm cooking something in the summertime, that recipe may be different than if I was cooking the same thing in winter. You gotta pivot and adjust. Doesn't mean I'm changing and I'm quitting. It means I'm adjusting and adapting to whether the environment, the ingredients, I don't know, the way that I'm feeling that day. So we pivot and we adjust. And then each time one of those goals, you get closer to that goal, I want you to do something to celebrate. It could be anything. It could be anything. You could save up for something major. You could give yourself recognition. Whatever that celebration looks like. Maybe it's new shoelaces. I don't know. It could be whatever speaks to you. Whatever speaks. New pair of socks. I know people who are really into socks. And I'm not talking the Red Sox. I'm talking about actual socks. Or you never know. Could be anything. But reward yourself. Celebrate it. So the first of the month, we're reviewing, reflecting, contemplating, adjusting, pivoting, celebrating, and rewarding. And at the end of the month, we do the same thing. Now, when you get to December 31st, 2024, you're going to have this list. And you're going to repeat the process. And the other thing I want you to notice is what are the changes that occurred with our mental awareness, our mental well-being, and our overall purpose, our quality of life, and the feeling of purpose and meaning. Because at the end of the day, all these things link back to, why am I here? What is my role in being here? How do I make the most of being here? So think about it. Think about it. Before we end this episode today, there's one more important step. And that is to take a moment and visualize yourself accomplishing the goals that are listed out through each of those 3 actions by December 31st, 2024. See it. See yourself taking action. See yourself pausing on the 1st of the month. See yourself pausing on the last day of each month. See yourself reflecting. See yourself contemplating. See yourself maybe even being frustrated that it's not happened yet. And that's okay. See yourself with all of those singular labels and the sentence labels. Remember how you felt. Remember it. See, our body is going to remember. Our body keeps a score. Our body remembers. We have cellular memory. We have cellular memory. And the cells have information. And there's a recall of this information. So remember it. See yourself. Notice how you feel. Notice the thoughts, the emotions, the feelings. Notice how your body feels. Seeing yourself reach your goals. And take a moment and just hold on to that feeling. Not grip onto it. Just be with it. Just feel it. Feel what it feels like. Feel it. Feel what it feels like and notice how it makes you feel. Notice how it makes you feel. If there's any residual energy and energies that are present from 2023, take a separate piece of paper and write all of that out. Write it all out. I'll share with you what I wrote for mine. This is what I wrote for me. I release all the energies that no longer serve me. I release all the energies that are not for my highest good. I release all the energies that hold me back and prevent me from living life to my highest potential. I release all that I think I need to hold on to because of fear of releasing and letting go. I release all anger, I release resentment, I release pain, and I release hurt. I release all that I held on to, belonging to others who didn't do, but instead gave. I release the carried weight and false responsibilities. I release and return these energies to the original owner. I release and return these energies to the original owner so that perhaps they, too, can heal themselves and be free. Sit with what you write for yourself to release. Sit and realize that when you also release, it's like, think about making a fist and your hand is clenched, right? If somebody wanted to give you a gift, you can't hold anything with a closed hand, let alone a clenched fist. So when we release the tension, we release what we hold on to, right? And that palm of our hand and our hand is now open. Guess what? If somebody wanted to place something in the palm of your hand, they could now. They could. So with what is released then means that there's an opening. And we give ourselves a gift of restorative love. We give ourselves the gift of restorative attention. We give ourselves the gift of restorative awareness, of caring and self-care. Now our hand is open, and that openness is open to receive opportunities. It's open to receive people. It's open to receive experiences and places and exploration. It's open for our highest good and our life's purpose. And I also wrote something else to myself. I wrote, I remind my mind that when old fears and wounds are touched, that it is the energy of my ancestors and my loved ones whose strength and memories and love lives within me in my DNA, and I carry the honor of their memories, which are eternally embedded into my DNA. And no one, no circumstance, no amount of destruction can take that away from me, because it's greater, because it's of love, and that surrounds me and continues to nourish my soul. And it becomes a beacon of light, of hope for myself and for everybody that I encounter throughout the next year. And what I also did for myself was I took a deep breath in, and then I let it out. I exhaled, and I said, I take a deep breath in of light, and I exhale darkness. I take a deep breath in of calm, and I exhale fear. I take a deep breath in of love, and I exhale uncertainty. And I take a deep breath in of peace, and I exhale control. All right, you guys, this is Dr. Deb with PTSD and Beyond. We've got some amazing things coming for 2024. I wish everybody around the world a happy 2024 to you and yours. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting this podcast. And as always, remember, take what resonates and go beyond.